So really what inspired me to start JigMasters, I was using a competitor's jig and I started having a lot of quality issues with them. Basically, I just reached out to the company and instead of just not even responding, they actually kind of like sent me a nasty gram as far as, minding your own business. And that was kind of the moment where I really thought, I was like, you know what? I can do better. My name is Cody Jennings and I am the owner and operator of JigMasters. Since January of 2017, JigMasters has been designing and hand making high performance lures. So one of the things that ends up being really cool too is when you're making all of these lures and designing what you truly believe is better products, you also have to put your money where your mouth is, right? And so one of the things that I really make sure that I'm doing is I am using lures that I have made myself. A few reasons. One, I have to know how they work. The best way to do that is to use them yourself. And then also two is, if I have a potential big customer come or whatnot and they want to fish with me, they say, oh, well, what makes JigMasters lures so good? And then we get on the water and I'm using some other competitors the whole time, it kind of looks bad on me. I really want people to know that these lures are designed with a purpose. And I truly back and support every single one that comes out of the shop. Yeah, so one of the questions I often get asked is what separates JigMasters from other fishing companies out there on the market. A big thing is that one, I take the time to really thoroughly design products and I make sure that every fine detail is dialed in prior to launching. So when you buy a lure from JigMasters, it has went through about an 8 to 12 month design and test phase. Yeah, so when I'm designing lures, really the main thing is I want that lure to fulfill a gap that the rest of the market is not providing. Whether it's in a truly like a huge design overhaul and where I completely come up with something from scratch, or whether it's just some small tweaks that low-hanging fruit on existing designs. I really wanted to make sure that if there's a 80% performing lure, I want to take it to 100. One thing that I really want all the customers to realize is that as JigMasters keeps growing and getting bigger and bigger, is that I'm also kind of growing with it, and that one of the things that will never be lost is the number one important thing as far as having quality products. I really want to continuously improve there. So if you buy a flipping jig now, I can promise you that if you buy a flipping jig 5 years down the road, that it'll either be the same quality or even better than before. To find out more about JigMasters, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook, or go to the shop and check us out at jigmasters.com.